Welcome back to the next episode of the Random Battles Road to the Top. I'm Pokemon D here on Pokemon Plus. Taking on Generation 7. Cherrim, the Pokemon at level 99 is crazy. Yo, if they go for Energy Ball, I actually take an insane amount on my Empoleon. Assuming they are Life Orb. Alright, they go for Toxic, which means they have a pretty good shot of having the Aromatherapy. But, I mean, I don't have switch-ins to this Pokemon. I'm going to go for Toxic here. Energy Ball does a good chunk, man. The level diff is crazy. If you guys did enjoy this, let me know. If you leave a like, feel free to check out my main channel, Pokemon D, as well. If you want to check out other Draft League content, check out my other road to rank 1s. I recently... Oh, Hidden Power Ground. Okay, so there's a shot that they don't actually have, because they're Morning Sun, that, and Toxic. So they actually don't have Aromatherapy, which is perfect. So we can go for Knockoff here, get rid of their leftovers. Quagsire comes out, which is big, too. Quagsire, I think we're almost close to winning with Comfey. Comfey's really good here. Obviously, you can tank an Earthquake as well. And I can threaten them back. They don't have any Dynamax or anything in this generation. I don't want to take an EQ. You're really good here. I'm going to go Comfey. If they end up going for Toxic, which is a really good play, I'll just bite the bullet. And I'm going for Gauge Drain. I'm not going to predict. I'm very low up on the ladder. This is only episode 2, right? We've only played a handful of battles. And we're just going to go for, like, I'll show you guys right now. Rank aggressively. We're 7-1, unfortunately. Losing last time. Felt like an unwinnable matchup, but it is what it is. Hidden Power Ground on you. They could go for a Nasty Plot. If they have it, they go for Veil. So Veil, Blizzard, Moonblast, and then potentially NP is there. I'm going to go for Toxic again as they go for Freeze Drought, which isn't going to do much. I knew they were going to freeze me. We don't have Scald because... Oh, we do. This is Gen 7. Oh, nice. Nice. So it actually thaws, which is amazing. Do I get a burn? We're going to go for Toxic here. Let's see if they freeze me again. They do not. Beautiful. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to waste as many turns of Hail plus this as I can, and then I'll go Cobalion, set up rocks. My opponent said, no, I'm tired of this game. I don't like the way you think, and that was probably their first game on the ladder on Gen 7 Rambats. Y'all should be playing it too, hopefully, so we can find some quick games. We'll be right back. All right, my opponent leads off with a Zapdos in this second game. I actually do want to Toxic it, considering it's a little annoying for a lot of my team. I'm not going to take too much from Discharge. My Flare actually does a lot too, and they end up going Wishcash, so very good land. There's nothing that actually protects them from this, physical or special. I think we want to end up going out into our Parasect. We're kind of going to go... We have a Nidoking, which looks insane in this game, right? So then they go for Dragon Dance. We should hopefully live a Life Orb Stone Edge. We do. We actually do. Provided there's no crit. Nice. That was almost max, but knock him out with Seed Bomb. So that's interesting, right? In this generation. Obviously, it's not like Generation 4 and everything, or 5 and below, where all the crits are 2 times, so... I mean, it didn't matter in this case, but obviously getting that Toxic off was really big. Could have probably Intimidate shuffled if I wanted to. Oh, I mean, never mind. Never mind. I assume if it's Discharge Roost and they have access to... Potentially, if you guys want this installation thing, it's down below. Sub is on a potential set as well. We're going to go U and Intimidate. So they go right for Acro, which is kind of wild. I'm going to Toxic. They went right for Acro. I mean, it doesn't tell me enough information, but... They basically... I have double Intimidate, right? So I can afford a Toxic once. It's Wheezing! Comes out. Toxic Spike Wheezing would be a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Fire Blast and everything like that. Sludge Bomb probably coming out. We'll make the play for you because you're pretty safe here. The Toxic Spike annoying, but I do have nothing to absorb it besides the guy that's out, which is fine. Wheezing doesn't actually do that much to me. We'll just go for Ice Beams. We can 3-shot it. What I can do now is I can sub just in case they go for Pain Split. They were Toxic Spikes, so they might not have Pain Split, but exactly, we can avoid Pain Split, and we can go for double Ice Beam. That should be able to deal with them. So, there's also a chance that they don't have what Sludge Bomb. Fire Blast is on most sets, but they could be Pain Split, Toxic Spike, and then Will-O-Wisp, I guess, maybe? No, I'm pretty sure they have Fire Blast. Fire Blast can also miss, though. It always breaks my sub. Eggy comes out, which is not a Pokemon you typically think would come out here, because they'll get their Citrus Berry, but yeah, that was my non-stab move. Let me show you how powerful my stab move is. So get rid of that threat. Awesome. Again, Nidoking looked really good into the team in general. Go for Sludge Wave here. This is a threat. They get off that Zen. I get a lot off on them. I think I'm going to sack Parasect, which looks really useless into most of the opponent's team. Gonna go Nidoking, absorb that T-Spike. Luxray looks really good, so I'll save you. Luxray looks really good into these two. So we'll go you. and threaten to KO right now with Flare Blitz. Biggest threat is Lucha, but we want to force Lucha to CC if we can, and then we can fake it out maybe. They end up going Wheezing, which is okay, because Flare Blitz is going to do a lot. Yeah, Blitz does a ton. I could have potentially tried to sub again, but I don't think it mattered. I think I always go for Flare Blitz here, which is the same damage as Wall Charge. As I go right for a raw high jump kick, so there's Citrus Berry. That's fine, because that means they can't boost, and unfortunately for them, they miss. It meant they couldn't boost, so basically Ambipom and like my Luxray was really good into them. I'm faster than them, so they're going to give me a Toxic, which is perfect, because that means Luxray will now always wall. We can go Luxray safely. We can go for Ice Fang first, and if they roost, we're fine too. If we get burnt, it's whatever. This does a lot of damage. They're most likely going to lose their typing right here, but I'll go for Zero Power just in case, because it does more damage if they roost. They lose their flying typing, and then I would have Volt Switched out in the following turn, bring out Nidoking, and go for an attack from there. Farfetch'd. Unfortunately, this is not the metagame where Farfetch'd is broken. I will say a lot of damage on you is real good. I've quite a few solid Pokemon here. I wonder if they pump versus Spatial Ren. Mag takes too much, man. I think the play is always to go into... I mean, if there's specs, don't be specs. Play is always to go Sylveon. Nice. We're going to throw up a Wish, see what they have in the back to take me on, and then I can switch into the appropriate counter, or hopefully switch in, and go from there. Hyper Voice isn't a kill on them, but it does a lot of damage. My team has a lot of like mid-ground Pokemon, which I feel like are very strong. This is a very strong Pokemon. This is okay because of its levels, but like it has some pretty higher level ones. Farfetch'd obviously being level 100. There's Age Slash. We're going to make the hard into... Oh my god, if it's sub-toxic. Are you serious? I hope not. I'm still going Ape. Alright, we'll Stealth Rock on their King Shield. Stealth Rock and King Shield. Because you should do that or go something like this. This guy's taking nothing. Dude, I'm actually really worried. I'm gonna overheat. Yes, they can spin on me and they find out their Assault Vest, which is big. But I can then bring out you, and I am gonna risk the Speed Tie here. I get a lot of value out of this turn if this works out for me. Like I keep rocks up. Yeah, I stack them on, but I have Scrappy, and I also have a slow Volt. Well, not slow, a fast Volt Switch. I have Sub. I think it's worth going for this. Also, this is Farfetch'd. I deserve to win the Speed Tie versus Hitmontop. I'm being completely honest. That's just facts. I deserve to win the Speed Tie versus Hitmontop 100%. I'm Farfetch'd, man. It's Farfetch'd. They don't do any damage to me. It's more the spin that I'm worried about. It's on 82% of sets as well. If they go Age Slash, we will be going for knockoff because our Fairy type does really well into these guys. Nice. Okay, so if they do have spin, I mean, they could still have another spinner, defog, or whatever, but at least now it's gone. Assuming Palki's going to want to come out. A Demon comes out. Power Gem smokes me. We'll go you. Yeah, Life Orb, Earth Power also does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. I'll do one Flare Cannon just for chip. This Mon's annoying. I lied. I wanted damage on it because that way I could beat it down with Swallow after, but I was wrong to think that that was the play. Oh god, this Power Gem is going to hurt. I go Wish up here. Nice. Protect is my safest play, so we're always going to go for that. Gonna Hyper Voice once. A little bit riskier, I guess. But with Protect, I should be outside of range of Palkia. After I switch, of course. I'm not going to be good in right here. But they give me that. I guess they realize they have Age Slash, so they don't need to make those setup plays with this. Dude, I really hope it's not Protect. Or it's not what I think it is. Anyway. This could be choiced. We're going to go for Protect here. I assume the way it was brought out, it is Choice Specs, because that is the only set that can actually KO me from this range, and barely as well. Because otherwise it does not. Hyper Voice can do a lot. We're going for that Swallow, like I said, that Swallow endgame. Into H slash. Boomburst does nothing, but Heat Wave does 55. That's not bad. That's a two shot on that Mon. Alright, they go for that pump right there. We are going to switch out into Magirna here, ideally dodging. Swallow's Boom Burst does not kill, and Pump is very strong in a Swallow. Bring you out. Just gonna wish again. Every single time. We find out if it's Specs or not. Specs Pump is a 2-shot. They'd have to crit me though. And also, I don't guarantee KO them with Moonblast, and, excuse me, Hyper Voice, until after the next Stealth Rock switching, so I think it makes sense to kind of bring in my Mon. Alright, they're not Specs. At all. They're 34, so they're not even Luster Storm, so they're Choice Scarf Palkia. So they can't even KO me, unless they crit, so I'm going for this. Yeah, they can't even KO me unless they crit, so I would rather like not waste a Protect and save it for later. Also, there's no way you have this in the back too. Oh, don't tell me it's Z as well. Okay, it's not Z, thankfully. I'm a little worried about this. My dog chirped in the background. I'm a little worried about this thing having like some scary stuff into me. I'm gonna go Plusle. They go for Iron Head, that's fine. Fire Punch can break my sub. They could have Toxic. U-turn doesn't always break my sub, so I'm actually gonna go for U-turn here. If they go for Toxic, this is good because I get a Nasty Pot off. Their team is very scary into me, man. I have a bunch of like baby Pokemon that are not the greatest. And they went for Body Slam, which unfortunately does enough to break my sub always. I'm going to plot up. I'm an Electric type, so I shouldn't be able to be paralyzed. Hopefully this is the right gen. Yeah, it's Gen 7. I'm good. Let's go. T-Bolt does 1,000,000,000%. They go for Wish. That's fine. I'm going to sub once as they go Palkia. Thunderbolt does not kill, but it could para. We know they're Scarf Palkia, unfortunately. They have nothing that can break through my sub. Go through my sub, though. Op ends up going for Fire Blast. I knew it. I literally knew that would happen. I knew that they would get full parry there. I just knew it. When you're using Plus, so it's broken. Sub is always my best play because I can miss. So I get an extra turn anyway. But Palkia being that and Jirachi being this low is really good. Swallow's looking good with Heat Wave. H-Slash is a problem though, and unfortunately I'm just outside of range of sub. Maybe this was actually a misplay, and what I should have done was Thunderbolted because I would have had enough HP to be able to sub once. They go Flagon though. If they're Choice Scarf, they're Choice Scarf. If not, they get Hidden Power Iced. Oh, this is like legitimately the perfect turn because I can go out into you and just sub once. So we're looking really good with you right now. And they do not even try changing forms. So we should get a little bit of a Plusle sweep there. They thought it'd be some sort of... I think they feared that if I Nasty Plotted again, which did kill, I'd smoke them. So it was a 50-50 that turn. Obviously, the para on Palkia was insanely big. But this is why, like, when you get Mons like this, it's not necessarily... Like, my biggest threat's wearing Infernape and wearing that. It was literally... Are you Scarf? Like, I feel like you're not, because you definitely would have just went for the attack on this giant threat. But my biggest threat were like Plusle and Farfetch'd and Swallow in the back. So get a big win there. We are into, I mean, we were already in the 1200s, but let's get another one. They said you dealt with my father. Now here is the son. Yeah, this is a problem. This is actually a problem. I need to knock it off. I'm Choice Band though, which is really good. So I don't die to anything, and because of my ability, they actually can't hit me, and I two-shot. They can't hit me with priority, right? And I two-shot them. So I'm okay with this. Yeah, that's like best trade scenario. Exactly. They forgot about the Queenly Majesty. That is best case scenario right there. That Pokemon single-handedly walled most of my team. I'm standing here. Okay, oh, we have Mr. Air Slash coming out. How much does Mr. Air Slash do to Mr. Fly monotype? Sub is a great play. Probably going to end up going for Leech Seed. Smarts. How much does Air Slash do to you? Oh, Air Slash actually does not. It's a 6.3% chance to KO Serena. So I think I do that and you turn out. They end up going Luxray, so this is okay in my spot anyway. Or less so. Hey, Evie. Hi, Evie. She's so excited to be here. Power Whip can kill, but I'm not feeling very confident, so I'm actually going to switch out. Or you turn out into you on Facade. Now, I am level 93, so I would like to assume that means I take a superpower. No, it actually has a good shot at KOing me here. Alright, we'll switch. Unfortunately get crit, but that's okay. They're in range of Earthquake anyway. Does Poison Jab kill? Poison Jab does 87% chance. I'm just gonna go right for the safe Earthquake as Altaria comes out. It's Mega Altaria. Oh god. Why? Wait. That's okay. I'm literally better into... Wait, that's better for me. I think I just SD up. Yeah, this is literally better for me. 2 hits to beat them plus that. I think SD I get in. Because this is a because now I have 3 hits and this Poison Jab guarantee kills them. It kills all 3 of the Pokemon we've seen. Yeah, so Altaria dies. So they're more likely not to have another Mega, I think. And then Luxray dies, and then Shaman dies. And I have options in the Shaman, right? So Volley Fly should be able to deal with that. So I think SD again was definitely the play. I don't like that Articuno actually lives this pretty handily. But it's also a giant threat to the team, so I'll go for this roll. Potentially even poisoning, exactly. So with that poison, just shy of the KO, 187. I think I go you and I actually go for Stealth Rock. Because they're going to go down anyway, right? So, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's no boots in this. I don't remember if boots are Gen 7 or Gen... I think they're Gen 8. Alright, Demon comes out. Woodhammer does not do enough. I have to head smash. I would rather go down. Perfect. We go Silvally. We go for a multi attack here. Multi attack unfortunately is just barely a 2-hit KO. I think Luxray coming in with Stealth Rock up and Burn actually puts it in range of dying. So that was big for us. Yeah, this is a guarantee KO on Luxray. So yeah, I think Stealth Rock were huge there. Because I got value out of it while also being able to deal with Shaman. Hydreigon comes out. Demon. We go Dugong. Dugong took nothing from that, man. Alright, and then obviously Ice Beam is free that next turn. So good stuff for us. Torkoal lead. Torkoal's a little annoying. Yawn, Stealth Rock. Oh, Watchog, the most forgettable and not good Pokemon ever. I'm for it, right? Fire Blast is a lot, man. Yo, low-key I want to taunt, but I'd rather Fire Blast than 2-shot if they're not Assault Vest, yeah. Wait, aren't I? Oh, okay. I had to check what I was. I had to check if I was Vital Spirit versus Flame Body. Whoops. I was like, this is kind of nice. Got a little drowsy, but won't be put to sleep, and I can knock him out with Fire Blast on the next one. I assume Noivern comes out. I doubt an Ice type will come out on the move Fire being clicked. A Water type might come out, which is fine. I can pivot after that. I wish this was the other Samurott, but this is the wrong generation. This guy, man. This damn guy. Solar Beam comes out. Boom Burst can kill. Hurricane, if it lands, can kill. It's 62% chance to kill. I'm going to go for it. Slightly in my favor. But it also hits Fairy types upon switching. All my moves are walled by Steel types, which is really sad. So Mega Swampert comes out. That's a threat. I think we go Watchog. Low-key. I don't want to take Ice Punch. Can't freeze me in the sun. If they go for Rain Dance, that's fine too. They go for Rain Dance. So I get an analytic boosted attack here, which is pretty cool. They're going to do a lot to me with this attack, but I want to put them in range of... Basically, I'm just trying to get the return off. Nice. Okay, so I do a lot more than that. God bless you. I do a lot more than what I expected to do there, which is awesome. And I believe my Aqua Jet now, their -1, does kill. So I'm going to save this Watchog and go Samurott. And we can pick them off with a little Aqua Jet. If they switch, so be it. I don't care. It's more about, like, this is now in range of Boom Burst, right? So it's more about using the turns of Rain against them and not about predicting necessarily here, right? It's using the turns of Rain against them, ending those turns, so that way when Swampert comes out, my whole team outspeeds it and can kill it. Thunderbolts. I don't think you kill me even if you're Specs because of my Assault Vest, so I am going to... If you're AV yourself, don't really have an electric type switching, right? I'm gonna knock. Okay, I did a lot of damage, so I am going to assume that it's Choice Specs. That is definitely Choice Specs. I get a knockoff on something coming in, which is real nice. Is it Z? Is it Z? Dragonium Z? It looks like it's Dragonium Z. 197. No way of boosting its speed. I'm gonna go for Scald here. Probably should have just Scalded anyway on Raichu. We know this is Z. We can pretty safely drop a Draco. Oh, not safely, but 90% of the time we can use my favorite move here. And we know Raichu is Specs. We don't have a ground type, but we do have a dragon that can set up pretty easily on that. Look at you, before you had your other move. Before you had tidy up. Look at you. Yeah, we are going to drop a Draco here. We have a pretty good fairy switching with Taunt Magmortar. And provided we land, we do KO Garchomp, right? So we knew it was Z move based on the fact that we couldn't knock it off. We knew it wasn't Mega most likely because that's not an option. Which is funny. Alright, Watchog goes down. You did your job, buddy. They Thunderbolt there. I'm at a point where I believe we do go Tyrantrum. He's just too handsome. Gonna take a lot from Thunderbolt, I'm not gonna lie. But Dragonette's up, and we see what our opponent can do about this now. If they do have something that can take a hit, I will switch out. I don't think that is something that can take a hit. Head Smash smokes them. I don't die to anything. I'm gonna go for Head Smash and risk it. I did use Hisuian Arcanine today. You know, this is obviously being come back here and get Head Smash. This is obviously being uploaded a day after, but I did record that today. So that guy missed and hit a couple times. Let's see if this guy wants to hit. I think Tyrantrum's so cool. It's just a damn shame. It's a direct upgrade to like Rampardos, which is such a cool Pokemon. Obviously, Rampardos is stronger, but this has Rock Head, so it doesn't have to. It's effectively getting off more hits than it's technically stronger, right? Because it's getting off more hits than Rampardos ever will. It's faster. It has access to Dragon Dance and has dual stab, so as a secondary stab on top of that, right? On top of that, it also has Close Combat as an option, which Rampardos doesn't get for some reason. And has the Elemental Fangs with Strong Draw too, so you have the alternative as well. Whereas if you want to use an Ice move on Rampardos, you're using Ice Beam. Now, how many of us have Ice Beam / Blizzarded Landorus's and everything back in their day and Glass Cores? Me, raise my hand, right? And me and my friends, but my friends and I. But like, it's just a damn shame, right? I think Tyrantrum's so cool, but I think Rampardos is the original cool one, and it's just damn shame. It's like so, I don't know, bad. It's really funny though because like Tyrantrum and like even Rorik is like the direct counterpart to Brock. Whereas Brock, like they made Onix very weak. That way you could actually beat it. That's why it has like a really trash base attack. Whereas with Rorik, they were like, they were giving this monster an insane amount of attack. Sub is always my best play here. Don't have to risk Thunder Wave, Toxic, etc., etc. Giga Drain is a 2-shot. They go Carnivine. I like Carnivine. Another Mon that needs some love. They go for knock. We don't want to get knocked off here. Happy Hour. Rocks go up. I'd rather go Rocks up and then, because I'm taking the Synthesis here, but there's a good chance they don't have Sleep Powder. Get my Rocks. We're going to Yawn this as well. They might try and Toxic. Don't really care. Yawn. Perfect. Does Carnivine die to Ice Beam? My bad, color. Harvest is nasty, by the way. The fact that I always get this is pretty crazy. We're going to go for Psychic twice, just in case they want to go hard Carnivine. I would sub here, but then they get a lot. They can Synthesis spam. And I don't want that happening. Again, I can sub in the following turn. They go Luxray, which is fine too. Are you AAV? You are not AV. This Mon is going to hurt. Luxray actually doesn't KO me with anything now, though. So I'm going to go for Giga Drain. Yep. Get my Citrus. Maybe I'll find my Citrus again at the end of this turn. And the cool thing is that I can come in on Rock. Did I find my Citrus? I did not. I'll say I can come in on Rocks later and be good. I'm actually going to make sure I find my Citrus later, so I'm going to go for Sub. I have no item. Found my Citrus. That's fine. We'll find it again. Knockoff can kill. Alright, we'll go you. We're going to Roost here because they should fear the bravest of birds. They probably go Reggie, but Reggie has not burnt any turns of sleep yet, so it's free for me to go out to the other Mon. They also, I feel like they're Swords Dance if they're playing it like this, right? They keep going for Knock. They're not going for like Synthesis. They're not going for anything like that. But yeah, we'll go for Brave Bird here. We'll go for Roost here. And if they reveal Sleep, that's fine. Just my Rocks being up is big too. Do I have Spin? I do. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I can Torkoal Spin. Again, this is not burnt any turns, and we might just find our Citrus Berry at the end of this turn. We do not. All right, we'll go for Substitute if they want to go Carnivine. I end up behind a Sub. If they stay in, they actually are sleeping, so 50% chance to find my berry. I haven't found it yet, but that's fine because we will two-shot them. Oh, they could get max turns of sleep here too, which is terrible for them. That's bad. I'm going to go for Giga Drain over going for Psychic because I like the HP on Eggy. This Mon is Demon for a reason. Do we find our citrus? We have not harvested it. They never knocked me when I had... Yeah, they never knocked me... Like, if you knock me when I don't have my citrus, I can still find it back. If you knock me behind a sub, I can still find back my citrus. So, unless they change the mechanics. I know that if they knock me as I have the citrus, I can't harvest it back. You had this threat the whole time? All right, go for Leech Seed here. This is a Life Orb threat. Nice. Unfortunately, miss. It's okay. We'll go. We haven't really... This is a crazy something. We haven't really revealed much to, like, say... Go for a different move there. And that's actually a big miss too, because I can now go for a very safe Water Spout. Extremely powerful. I believe Carnivine of all... I know it's level 100. But yeah, it should have been 2-shot there. Crit should not have mattered, I believe. We did 2-shot it always with Rock, so crit didn't matter. We know that Delphi... Oh, you had this threat the whole time. It's Mega too. Sack you. Bring out you. I'm going to go for the Psychic just in case they have Sleep Powder. I don't care too much about Delphox because the second it comes out, my Crobat comes out and wins. They do have Sleep Powder and unfortunately missed. Very, 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 very unlucky game for my opponent. For sure, unlucky game for my opponent. Again, we're just getting rid of as many threats as we can. Delphox comes out. Who cares? I think Kyogre is pretty safe. Good coverage, good coverage. I think we end up sacking Eggy here. Nice, we go you. Water Spout is still 113 base power, so we go for that. If it's like a last mon, whatever, Minior, we're good into it. Ideally, we're good into Necrozma as well. It's a Kingdra. What the hell? Yo, that's wild. You Life Orb or you Dragon Dance? I'm going you. Ooh, they're Life Orb. All right, so we go for a nice little Freeze Dry. That will kill Delphox. I had the best switching ever, man. Can't freeze me. I'm an Ice type. We know the Orb. And Delphox won't even be able to kill me. We literally had the best... I think we had the best team and also the best luck in this game. Right? Maximum turns to sleep. Misses and things like that too. I don't think in the grand scheme of the game, because I kept Lapras alive, it mattered. And because Crobat was... Once Regirock was gone and Luxray was gone, look how good Brave Bird from Crobat was. But still, I can't... Like, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I got lucky in this one anyway. But hope y'all enjoyed. It looks like we're going to be making it to the 1300s by the time my opponent times out. So, pretty nice. That is, I think top is 1900, so we're already halfway... Not halfway there at all. We're a third of the way there, though, which is pretty cool. Anyway... I'm going to pause it until they time out, and then we'll get our points, and we'll be right back, and then I'll say bye. All right, so we end today at 13-19, which puts our record at, what, 14-1? 13-1. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one. Check out my main channel as well if you want to see draft. We got the Wolfie Draft League going on. We just had the BUBL Championships get uploaded as well. Finals. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.